So at this point in time, we're all used to AI bros trying to LARP and pretend that they're artists on the internet. That's not new. It's not why I'm making videos at this point anymore about that. But what I do end up making videos about is when they try to go the extra mile to pretend that they're an artist. That's very intriguing. And the Big 26, usually what these AI bros will do is just generate slop and then flood their feeds and then pretend that they made it and not really explain or try to elaborate on it. It's pretty boring, pretty obvious, super generic, and I'm not going to make a video covering that. Well, there's one video I might make, but I'm not sure yet, but we'll get to that later. But this one was very intriguing because this AI bro decided to bring me time lapse, and not in the way that you're thinking. They wanted to show in person that they were the ones that was drawing this they were drawing this artwork, and it's not really it's very obviously not real, and I think it's just kind of silly the trouble that they went through to try to prove this just to be proven wrong. But let's get into it. So as I was browsing good old Twitter, I saw this post and it said, why does every AI quote unquote artist work in progress always look like this? And I was like, color me intrigued. I was like, what is going on here? And then I saw this video at the very bottom, and it's from this user. Says, I didn't even think of recording it to turn it onto a speed paint like other people do. Meanwhile, all I have is this video from when the SW update happened. So I was like, okay, all right, what is going on here? This is like a speed paint of sorts? Interesting. But before we get to that, we need to rewind things a little bit and understand what is actually going on. So this quote unquote artist posted this, and this was posted yesterday actually, and it said, it's my submission for the Tomorrow Coffee ID fan art competition. There were social media in the world of Freerun. Himmel the hero would definitely do the same thing, hang out with friends as part of a healing journey, and of course while going live. If Himmel the hero was here right now, he would tell you, pick up a pencil bro and stop generating slop. That's really what he would say. But hey, I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's take a look at this first. We're not going to dissect it. We're not going to break it down. Don't look at that. We're not going to go into that just yet. Just take a good hard look at this. I'll even open up in another tab for you so you can take your moment, look at it, see if you like it, see if you notice any inconsistencies. If you want to, you can write it on down. I'll give you 5 seconds. Got it written down? Cool. So yeah, this is what they posted. This is supposed to be something that they have made. And did they really make this? Of course not. A lot of users, of course, pointed out different things that didn't make sense, things that looked odd. It's going to be one very glaring issue that they make in their time lapse that's going to prove that this isn't real before someone tries to go to the comment section and defend this and say everyone is bullying this person and that actually they did make it and you're wrong. So let's take a look. So the video is right here, 1 minute and 25 seconds long. This is their proof that they made this up here. And I already read this text earlier, but this is them pretty much explaining, well, here's my proof that I made it, guys. 1.6 million views, by the way. 1.6 million views. So I can't play the audio because it's just music in the background, but I can at least play their time lapse. Let's take a little looky look at how much work they're putting into this. So right off the bat, you're probably going to look at this and realize now what that other image that I was showing you from was talking about. We got this right here, and it literally does look like that. You apparently have all the line art around you, and then this one specific piece in the middle that is apparently really rendered out and is supposed to be good to go. It's very odd, right? But here's their work, and one of the things, I'm already kind of spoiling it, one of the things that you're going to notice is how brand new this tablet looks. Doesn't really look like it has had any wear or tear at all, and it seems pretty odd for someone who probably, if they were illustrating something of that caliber, they would probably have some credentials under their belt that you could find probably under like their tablet, right? There's no little war scars, nothing to be seen. Looks brand new, almost like someone just bought it to try and LARP and pretend that they're an artist, and that this is supposed to be their proof that, oh yeah, I'm working so hard. But I'm not really going to call out the other inconsistencies yet. We're not going to do that. Nope, no sir. We're just going to keep on letting it go as is for now. What do you think? It looks good, right? Oh yeah, see, this is definitive proof that they are working hard and they made this all themselves. Doesn't that just look great? they did this all by themselves. They were clearly working hard in the studio. Am I right or am I right? Wow. We should be blessed to be able to look at the inside works of how these quote unquote artists are actually working. Oh my lord. Wow. That was, whew, man, you can't pay for this anywhere else. Those colossal courses? Artists ain't giving out this type of gems. You ain't getting this anywhere else, brother. Now, of course, am I being sarcastic? Yes. This is obviously not not legit. If you want to know the easiest thing that's like a sure telltale sign that this isn't real, and the off chance that you are someone who was looking at it and you're like, oh, maybe this was real, maybe they were doing it. If you just want to ignore all the other glaring issues just for the fact of, again, one of the biggest things that is literally this meme right there. That is literally what this is. Sure, you can look past that if you want, but one thing you can't overlook and look at and say, oopsie, haha, hee, is remember the artwork that you saw is supposed to be probably from someone that's very skilled. So when you look at something this egregious, it's hard to overlook. As this user calls out, says if you're gonna lie, at least make it neat. How's the file already done in JPEG form? So when you zoom in, it says 1.jpg. Now, I don't use this software. From my understanding, this is the canvas title, or this is the canvas itself and what it's called as. So yeah, that's kind of like the biggest and most egregious red flag imaginable. No artist that is actually working on this piece that somehow allegedly has a sketch behind it as well. Whatever they're working on is going to be working on a canvas called 1.jpg. That is just not feasible. That is not even logical. That makes absolutely no sense at all. If you're working on a JPEG, that means you literally just imported an image and you are now trying to draw over it. That is, you're trying to show that you are working on something that you didn't actually really make. Another thing that people pointed out, I don't really have the little zoom in function. Twitter doesn't allow me to zoom in on the video. But one thing that you'll also notice is the fact that if you look at the date in the top right or the bottom right corner, it shows that they were working on this apparently on the 28th. So if you look at when this was posted on the 29th. Then they apparently worked on this on the 28th. People are looking at it like, so you're getting all this done that fast? I mean, granted, are there artists who could maybe get it done that fast? Maybe. Again, we could argue, the different types of things that artists could do, but we already got one definitive proof, which is the fact that they're working on a JPEG layer, which is literally nothing. That just shows the entire thing is fake. So we don't even need to try and guess and assume whether or not this was actually something real that they were working on. As other people have pointed out, it says you don't record speed paint VODs, you export them in a finished file. Date on the computer reads 528, meaning they finished the entire piece in less than 24 hours. Canvas is titled 1.jpg LMAO. Please stop pretending. And then, as I mentioned earlier, some users calling out about the tablet that doesn't look worn out at all and how it should be looking something like that. This is an actual tablet that's been used. You can see actual usage out of it. This one looks literally brand new from everything we saw in the video. Then another user called out things that they found to be inconsistencies, things that they were like, yo, how is this even like logical? Makes no sense. They're talking about how this is messy. They're talking about the ear anatomy is incorrect. It says random brush strokes overlap, buttons gone, heterochromia. It says doesn't match it. Wrong earring too, color bleeding for no good reason. Weird cutoff for the art style. Color not accurate, eye color not accurate. Why Himmel has the good ear but not Stark. Lazy as fuck, can't even clean shitty AI render, soulless, and then random. And so this was them just showcasing the things that they found to be off. Now granted, it's going to be said, I see these discussions all the time when it comes to these videos. Everyone's going to have their own idea of things that might look wrong, things that might look right. Everyone's going to have their own justification on why something may or may not be done. But let's not forget, again, the fact that this quote unquote artist was working on a JPEG image. That's like, there is no denying that at all. We saw that in the video. So no matter which way you want to potentially give them the benefit of the doubt, you can't. Also, another way that you can really see if these people are legit is when I go to this artist or quote unquote artist profile, they got this link doesn't work, so you can't see no artwork there. And then they have a card page from 2022 Apparently they are a illustrator and a gamer. And then pretty much down here is them just selling themselves. It's pretty much like you're doing a match.com. You're trying to see if you're a good fit to potentially follow them and become mutuals. But guess what you don't see on here at all? Any actual real artwork that they have made. I guess maybe this is supposed to be that showcase. I couldn't tell you. I don't think it is. It looks like stuff they probably either got off Google. I couldn't tell you, but there's no actual genuine artwork or a portfolio that I can find. So, of course, that's going to make it even more sketchy when you look at the overall picture. But yeah, it's a crazy situation. The fact that we got an AI bro that wants to try and pass this slop as if they made it, and then they went through the trouble to have this shitty quote unquote proof of them actually drawing it themselves when in reality they didn't actually do that. But yeah, I just want to talk about this because I thought it was stupid, and who doesn't want to clown on them sometimes, right? But I'll leave it here. You let me know what you think in the comments.